What happens when beauty becomes your obsession and morality takes a backseat? Join me as I dive into the picture of Dorian Gray. Stay tuned to uncover how this tale resonates with our modern world of social media and self-image. Have you ever wondered about the darker themes of Oscar Wilde's classic The Picture of Dorian Gray? Today, we are diving deep into the novel's exploration of vanity, ego, and the inescapable consequences of living a life without moral boundaries. Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, Timeless Sparks. Today, we are exploring one of the most intriguing aspects of Oscar Wilde's The Picture of Dorian Gray, the powerful themes of vanity, ego, and the consequences. These themes not only drive the plot but also offer timeless lessons on the dangers of vanity and the impact of one's actions on their soul. Let's break them down and discuss in detail. First, let's set the stage. The Picture of Dorian Gray tells the story of a young and extraordinarily handsome Dorian Gray who's fascinated by his beauty and the potential of his portrait. Hedonism is at the heart of Oscar Wilde's narrative, but the novel quickly takes a dark turn. Dorian wishes that he would remain young and beautiful forever while the portrait ages instead of him. A classic Faustian bargain, a deal with the devil. Over time, Dorian indulges in all kinds of immoral pleasures, including deceit, betrayal, and reckless behavior. The portrait, mirroring his inner soul, starts to reflect the effects of debauchery, aging grotesquely while Dorian remains untouched by time. Dorian's initial infatuation with his beauty and the portrait is encapsulated in his words. Quote, "Youth, youth, there is absolutely nothing in the world but youth." Unquote. His wish to remain young forever reflects his deeper desire for eternal aesthetic allure without the consequences of age or moral decay. This sets the stage for his hedonistic pursuits and the eventual dark transformation of the portrait. The central problem in the Picture of Dorian Gray is Dorian's vanity and ego. Dorian starts as a young man who is infatuated with his own beauty, believing that his physical appearance is the only thing that defines his worth. This vanity leads him to seek pleasure and avoid pain at any cost, regardless of the moral implications. Dorian's life becomes a hedonistic pursuit. He is willing to pursue pleasure without regard to consequences, discarding any sense of morality and responsibility. This is evident when he ignores the warning from those around him about the dangers of living a life of excess. As the portrait ages and reflects his increasing corruption and sins, Dorian's obsession with his appearance grows monstrous. He desires to avoid aging and remain his youthful, beautiful appearance at all costs, but at the expense of his soul. His actions become more self-centered and destructive, emphasizing his ego and the disregard for others' feelings and moral consequences. Dorian's vanity is poignantly captured in his request. Quote, "I will give you my soul if I can always be as I am now. The portrait would grow old, but I should remain young. What does it matter how I live? I shall always be like this." Unquote. This quotation illustrates his willingness to pursue pleasures without considering the moral consequences. As he indulges in a life of excess, the portrait reflects his moral decline. Quote, "Each month, as it waned, brought some fresh proof of the corruption of his soul." Unquote. His ego becomes the driving force of his life, leading him down a path of self-destruction and monstrous selfishness. As Dorian's ego becomes the driving force in his life, he indulges in increasingly heinous acts without feeling guilt or remorse. Each immoral decision he makes ranging from betraying his friends to engaging in corrupt relationships, damages his physical portrait as well as his spiritual well-being. The portrait starts to visibly age, showing the moral decay of Dorian's soul. His ultimate fate, death, reminds us of the destructive power of vanity and ego. Dorian's final act of trying to destroy the portrait to escape the reflection of his sins only leads to his own death, symbolizing the irreversible damage his soul has done to him. The novel's message is clear. Living without moral boundaries leads to self-destruction. The novel's climax occurs when Dorian confronts his full corruption in the portrait. Wilde's imagery captures this tragic moment. Quote, Dorian Gray had killed the painter's body, and now he was going to kill the painter's soul. Unquote. Dorian attempts to destroy the portrait, believing he can eliminate the evidence of his sins and the reflection of his lost soul. Quote, he struggled for breath. The end had come. There was a terrible cry. The whole house shivered. He had destroyed the thing that had been in his body and was ending his own life. Unquote. The portrait's final decay symbolizes the ultimate moral and physical decay he suffered throughout his life, a poignant reminder of the dangers of living without moral integrity. Wilde uses vivid imagery to depict the moment Dorian sees the picture, which is a representation of his moral and physical decay. This moment is a turning point for Dorian. He realizes that he cannot escape the consequences of his actions, no matter how much he tries to deny them. Oscar Wilde's narrative not only critiques the pursuit of superficial pleasures, but also illustrates the profound personal cost of living without moral boundaries. The timeless message of this novel is the importance of living with integrity and the inescapable nature of moral choices. Have you read The Picture of Dorian Gray? What do you think of Dorian Gray's choices and their consequences? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. See you next time.